Hey everyone, Nils here and welcome back to another video. So we just hit the 750 hours mark just like 3 hours ago and we managed to get another 0.5 lakh. So we just have one more here lakh boost to go, or upgrade rather, at 1k, which is honestly the big one as it gives 1 lakh instead of 0.5. So our luck right now would look at 9.5 without any boosts active, which is pretty good, not bad at all. With a luck boost, we would have a luck of 11.5. So we're kind of ready for the next update. Hopefully we can get some good pulls at the start of the update. So let's see how our team fares 750 hours into the game. So this is our best team at the moment, our best lineup. We have a level 170 Clarent with a tank passive, which gives us 64 billion damage in total. We have a secret chain or gene, level 174, 43 billion, has a tactical too though. So that will mean that she does plus 50% more damage to bosses. Then we have an Rosa, level 166, tank passive, 28 billion damage. Boros, level 166, solid gold, 28 billion damage as well. Another Jane, level 165, tank passive, 26 billion damage, and this unit is gonna get replaced much too soon. It's a shiny Gojo. It's not a craftable, it's just like a shiny one. Pretty cool looking unit. I really like the way he looks. Gojo looks pretty badass anyway. Level 167, giant passive, 24 billion damage. And looking over here at our reserves, we have Sukuna, level 163 with tank, 18 billion damage, and we have our shiny Bald hero that we just crafted yesterday, level 162, 14 billion. You guys saw him on the previous video. We also have here a whole bunch of shiny Gilgameshes, so we are gonna craft another Claret soon. We just need a little bit more shards. We'll have 16 at the moment, so hopefully with the next raid, if we get 4, we can craft another Clarent. So we are gonna have another shiny unit here to go into our team, and we also have our shiny Melio inside the incubator, which unfortunately just cannot get a good passive. I have about 10 passive reels so far, and unfortunately we just keep getting bad passives, which is pretty sad to see. Honestly, if I get anything like even like a tactical 2 or a strong 3, I'm just gonna keep it until I have a whole bunch of shards to ensure I can reroll plenty of times. But for now, we're just gonna let him be in the incubator since he's our second best unit. Well, it's our second best unit in long term. Right now, these two are definitely our best units, but long term, since it's a shiny craftable, it's gonna be our second best unit, and Clarent obviously our best unit here. But unfortunately, since he doesn't have a passive, since he only has Collector 2, his damage is 21 billion at level 165, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 21 billion, level 165, so he's kinda not stronger than this guy because he's level 167, so he's just gonna stay in the incubator and he gets stronger and we can reroll his passive. So this is our best lineup as of right now at the 753 hours mark. And as you can see here, our current damage per click is 34 billion. However, we have one tac 2 here, so let's go ahead and equip the gene by itself. 6.88 billion, so that would mean the tac would give us 3.44 billion extra damage per click if it worked like that, which doesn't. However, it's still extra boss time. So our basically effective DPC would be 37.44. Yeah, 37.44 billion. We are looking pretty good for 750 hours. Definitely not bad. Although we could have gotten much better, but you know guys, I spend a lot of time playing with you guys. We're doing raids, we're doing time trials, so I'm not just like farm for farm and dumping everything into getting stronger. So we are in a pretty good spot, and within the next couple of days we're just gonna be way stronger. I think before the update this Saturday we're gonna hit the 45 billion damage per click mark. We're gonna get this guy up, we're gonna craft our Gilgamesh, we're gonna get our Gilgamesh up as well. I'm gonna end up feeding one of these, if not both. I think I'm gonna keep one as a reserve for sure as a backup. And this guy is gonna probably either get fed or I'm just gonna craft him. I think I'm gonna feed him though, as he is level 167. And you guys remember on our video where we crafted shiny Meliodas, where I basically had one of them in the incubator for a week and we fused the level 168 Meliodas and we got nothing out of it, which is pretty sad to see. So I think I'm just gonna feed him, and once I craft my shiny Gojo, I'm just gonna pull an extra one. That shouldn't be a problem with our current luck and shiny chance. I also managed to get the 5k shiny boost, so we're kind of good on that department. And honestly guys, even though like it doesn't seem a lot, like a 2.25% chance, trust me when I tell you it is a lot. You can see here shiny chance 2, we have it. I would expect that in the future they're gonna add a third one, but probably not in the near future. And yeah, even though it's 2.25 guys, it is so much better than having none of them at all. Like I managed to get 5 shiny Balmen in not even a span of 24 hours. I got 4 of them in like 9 hours when I was sleeping, and then I just pulled my last one the next day after when I woke up. So the shiny chance is definitely doing work. And what's a better way to test our team and how strong we are than getting into the time trial? So it's currently 22 minutes until the next one, so we're just gonna chill for a bit and I'm gonna catch you in a bit guys. Alright guys, half an hour later we're here over at room 80. I skipped everything else behind that because I think it's pretty uninteresting and there is literally no point. So over here room 81 now. Unfortunately we didn't get the best room, but I'm pretty sure we're strong enough to just storm through this place, so it doesn't really matter even if we get bad RNG. And I think with our current strength we're probably gonna end up going to room 86. I don't think we're making it out of room 86 since the scaling is pretty crazy and solo is kind of hard to go further, so we'll see. Actually I have no idea how strong we are in terms of power and how far we can go, but I'm assuming room 86, so we're gonna have a look in a bit and see how it goes. As always guys, make sure you use these Reach 3 and Solid Gold units to maximize your yen income. So you see I just dropped it. Okay, I killed it by accident here. I was supposed to stop pretty low and swap over, but unfortunately I failed at it, so that's fine I guess, since it was only 18 trillion HP. But as always, try to swap over to your Rich and Solid Gold units to maximize your income. Like the difference is honestly very big, and it's gonna do you wonders if you manage to successfully use them. You see our baseline yen right now is times 6.5, and you're gonna see when we swap over to Solid Gold, like a full team of Solid Golds, it's pretty much almost double, which is crazy to think. And well, at this moment we also have 1 Solid Gold out, so our yen would be 6.1. So let's go ahead here and get this one a little bit lower. Looking at our timer here, it's gonna be probably room 86 guys. I don't think there is a scenario where we push past room 86 solo. I think that's way out of our league. I think you need like 50 billion to push out of room 87 by yourself. So that'll be probably next weekend after the update that's coming up this weekend. We're gonna be pretty much strong enough to do that. And just as I was saying all of that, I failed to use Solid Gold on that one again. I killed it. We should start really being more cautious with that so we can maximize our yen grind. But I think we're gonna come up with a solid 300 trillion out of this. We'll see how much it is at the end, but I'm suspecting that's gonna be somewhere around 300 trillion yen, which is pretty solid for solo farming. Considering if you go duo with our current strength and somebody that's similarly strong with us, we're gonna end up having somewhere around 500 to 550 trillion of yen, which is pretty damn good. That was pretty close one, guys. I almost fucked it up again. We barely managed to stop at 10 billion. That was a pretty lucky one. We'll take that, however. It's pretty good. So let's go ahead and drop this one as well. And we're just gonna swap over to Reach and finish off everything here, which should be pretty big yen. I think we're gonna end up with like 80 trillion out of these three. So let's see. No, don't die. Okay. Died. So we got only 10 trillion out of this, and let's see how much we get out of these. So you see, like, our yen is 10.5 now with full solid gold squad, and okay, it went up to 2.30, so that'll be 5 trillion total. 60. I was expecting honestly to be 80, but it's 60. Obviously still a lot of yen, and just to think of it, it's just from one room. So now this room is basically the money room. Unfortunately, the boss is only 55 trillion. So as you can see, like, the HPs are pretty much scattered all over the place. You have these mini giants with 7 trillion each. You have these ones with 3. So not the strongest boss, but it's still fine. But room 86 is basically gonna be the big yen. And we're just gonna go ahead and kill all these. I just didn't finish this one off by accident. They're really not worth swapping for. With just 3 trillion HP, that's way too little. Not worth the effort. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish all of these out real quick, and then we're gonna swap over to the boss. And I think we're gonna have enough time to kill the room 86 boss as well, hopefully. It's gonna be very big yen if we can get to do that. So it took us like over 1 minute to clear the minis. It's gonna be pretty tight to get the boss on room 86, but we'll see how it goes. And this is what I hate, guys. Whenever you have the room with these giants, like, the camera angles are pretty weird in order to see the health bars. Like you see, you have oh my god, I hate this. You have these things right here on the wall, like the top ends of the wall. I guess they are foundations or whatever you want to call them. And like, if you move your camera here, it just like zooms directly in, so you kind of have to find the right angle, which is honestly pretty hard to see both of his HP and track your unit's ultimates at the same time, so you can ultimate cancel properly. But we're fine now on this very angle. So it's another ult right here, we'll cancel that. And it's gonna be pretty close, guys, on whether we're gonna kill the boss or not. Also, it kind of depends on the boss's HP on the next room. If it's like 100 trillion on the next room, I don't think we can do that. Maybe? We'll see. So we're gonna go ahead first and drop this one pretty low again and use our solid gold strategy. A little bit more. Oh no, killed it. That wasn't supposed to happen, guys. So 70 trillion, definitely doable. Definitely doable. And we could probably grab these two as well. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too optimistic, but I guess we'll see. Now let's find an angle that's good enough. Okay, that should do fine. And we can just zoom in here to have a look over at our ultimates. We can always zoom out to look at the health part, but they're pretty healthy for now. In my experience, guys, the best room by far is the one where you have all these soldiers. I don't know. I assume that would be Sword Art Online or whatever the name of that anime is, with soldiers. Like, they wear helmets and they have the blue shields and the blue armor. Because you have like typically 9 out of 10 times in these rooms, you have a a very strong boss, and then you have like a whole bunch of smallies, but they all have a less than 1 trillion, which means like they just die from your DPC. And in my experience, that is the best room, at least the easiest one for me to progress through. So 12 trillion, we're probably gonna be able to grab one of these, maybe even both. We'll see how it goes. So let's make sure to not kill him this time. Although the camera angle really doesn't help. Like it constantly zooms in like this. I don't know why it does that, but it is pretty annoying. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll do this once more. Okay, that should be good. Now we can swap over. And this is gonna be big again, guys. So we're currently at 360 trillion, and I think this one is just gonna give us 70 trillion just from this boss alone. So you guys can tell, if we were to play in a duo where we would push definitely room 87 and probably room 90, we would definitely farm over 500 trillion. I would suspect anywhere from 550 to 600 trillion. But I think this one was pretty solid. I think we're going to end up being around 300 trillion solo, which is not bad at all. But yeah, duo is definitely a way better farming. I'm personally not a fan of trio, but I think trio can be even better sometimes. Maybe you can manage to push an extra room, but I don't think that's within reach of our situation. So here is our recap screen. There was a 24-minute run, but that was due to me going all the way from room 1 to farm some shards. As you can see, we got 147 this run, pretty solid. Total damage done 386 trillion, and we got 305 trillion yen. We failed some of our solid gold swaps, but that's fine, I guess. It happens sometimes. But yeah, guys, I would highly suggest you to have an eye out whenever you're like summoning on Destiny, and whenever you see a solid gold unit, just lock them and save them. Like the difference is pretty massive. So if we're ahead to remove this one, you see our yen right now is 5.7, and like we're gonna jump up to 10.5, which is almost double, and it's pretty crazy to think that you can just like double your yen income by just doing this simple trick. If you cannot get a solid gold, that's obviously fine. You just like have to invest like into rich trees. Like a rich tree is not bad at all, but basically solid gold is kind of a reach for, I guess you could say. It's pretty crazy how valuable like solid golds are. It's just like flat 0.8 yen, which is pretty damn crazy to think about. And that was pretty much it for this time trial, guys. Our team looks pretty damn strong right now, and we are basically gonna get a lot stronger within the next couple of days. So we just have to get a good passive on this guy and level him up a little bit. I would suspect we're gonna have a fate raid today, and we're gonna have 20 of these. We're gonna craft another shiny Clarent, which we're gonna have to afterwards level up because Clarent is a beast. Hopefully we're gonna get a good passive on her as well. And we also have our shiny Melio inside of the incubator right now. He's getting a little bit stronger, which we also don't have a good passive on. So hopefully we can get some Sin Shards as well. That'll be pretty nice. And yeah, basically we're just gonna remove this one, and okay, never mind. This one is gonna go, this one is gonna go. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3. These 3 are gonna go. I think I'm gonna keep this chain with the tank passive. Even though she's like a lower level, she has the tank passive, which is pretty much better. And I don't really want to invest any more shards into a normal secret. I think it's a waste, considering like we already don't have any shards to craft our Clarent, and we're obviously gonna wanna reroll passives on Clarent, not on the chain. So I think I'm just gonna feature it despite being bigger level. Obviously a lot of levels wasted, but that's completely fine. We have our update coming in 76 hours from now, which means basically we can be leveling this one up to probably level 180. Like on this current update, guys, I would advise like people to level everything to 165. It's not that hard to level up to 165. Like 165 is a pretty reasonable number. After that, it becomes really hard. actually leveled both of these to 166 like passively, but it took a lot of time. Like you basically need like 5 hours or something for level 166, which is a lot to think of. Although if you have enough yen, you can just like leave it overnight to open and feed, so that is also completely fine. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna feed these, and we're gonna be looking pretty damn good going into the update on Saturday. I think we're gonna be around 45 billion damage per click. We're currently, as I said earlier, at 37.3 if you count in the tactical, and we're looking pretty damn good. So we're just gonna hope for a pretty good passive, and that's it. Anyway guys, that was pretty much it for this video again. Hope you enjoyed the video, and our team definitely is getting stronger and stronger by the day, and I'm really looking forward to kinda get all of these new shiny units online. I'm pretty looking forward to that. And honestly guys, the goal is to be able to solo room 100, which is gonna take a while. I would suspect that in 3 weeks from now, maybe a month from now, it's gonna be possible, and then we're just gonna try to get all of you guys into room 100 and just carry every single one of you 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. I don't know, depends how hard it's gonna be, but I think within a month from now it's gonna be probably within reach, considering we're just gonna get better updates, we're gonna get stronger fighters, and like levels are just gonna go higher. And I've said it many times before guys, like levels are by far the biggest damage increase in the game. Like if you can consistently level up your units, like the DPS just goes insanely, like skyrockets. It's crazy how much it scales. Currently our highest DPS right now is 2.65 trillion, and not too long ago I remember I was like 1 trillion. Obviously the incubator like on these last fighters is doing like crazy work. If you consider that this guy is like level 166 and he's like 28 billion, although even though it's just a secret, right? We're just comparing a secret to a shiny. Like this is level 170, 64 billion. And just imagine this guy like right now being 175 or 180 level. So even without a tank passive, just head over here and you're gonna do level 170. So that'll be 39 billion without the tank passive. And from 39, we're basically all the way up to 64. And let's compare these guys. So level 170 to level 180. You guys can see that the difference is just massive. It's literally massive. It's almost 3 times more, which is pretty crazy to think of. It's basically like 2.5 times, 2.7 to be exact. But yeah, we're gonna be getting stronger and stronger as the time grows using the incubator, and with the next updates we're gonna have stronger units to feed, which means that normal leveling up is gonna be faster. And I'm pretty excited to being able to solo roam 100 guys, so 1 by 1 we can help out each and every single one of you. But yeah, until that we'll just keep grinding, and hope you guys also enjoy the game. Like there's pretty mixed feelings about the game lately. I think everyone has noticed that the player base has dipped a lot, not just a little bit, but it is what it is, I guess, and there's not much we can do. Hopefully the next update is going to be good, because we haven't really had a good update in a while. Like 7 Deadly Sins was a very controversial update with the removal of the boosts, etc. Like I don't mind the boosts. I've previously stated my opinion about the boosts, but then the game shut down, and then the game came back, and the update was pretty shit, which is still this update, by the way. Like we're still on the update coming out of the shutdown, and the spooky update was completely useless for those of us that are basically in the end game. I think it was like a pretty poorly made. In my opinion, like spooky should have been between here. Like it should have been better than 9 Crimes and like worse than Destiny. So basically the main idea of this would be people would be able to catch up here like much easier, and like even good players could use like a shiny craftable or like a secret or a shiny secret, and they could actually use the heroes. But it's too late for that. We're like 3 days away from the next update, so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway guys, that was pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, make sure to click that like and subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. And make sure to click the notification bell to not miss any of the future uploads. And until the next one, take care.